might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. And for Dallas, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5 spot. Here's Porzingis, and he converts the layup. Porzingis has got the game going here with the first basket for Dallas. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here's Richardson, following the score by Damian Lillard. Doncic with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Cauley Stein, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Nurkic with it. Lillard outside. Back to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. From deep. The shot. No good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Doncic. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
Nice work there from Doncic. Saw an opportunity to cash in and didn't let it go awry.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. For 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who's your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff. Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Now here's Lillard. To stop the run. Doncic with the block. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Here's Lillard.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Yeah, those are the shots you want. But they've been trickling out on them, guys. They've just got to stay with it. Persist in getting those good shots inside, and they'll try.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. For the Trailblazers. 1:58 left in the first. Here's Simons. McCollum outside. And he gets the bucket.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Redick. Fires from deep. Drills the three-pointer.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Trailblazers trail by 12. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Inside. Here's Cantor. McCollum trying to get open. The layup missed.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play. Wrong result.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Count it. McCollum's got his second basket.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
The drive by Redick. Here's the pass to Finney-Smith. No good on the three. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's McCollum. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now here's Brunson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet, and he makes good on the layup.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Simons. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
And here's Brunson. Two on the clock. No good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And so it's Dallas, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And thanks for their outstanding defense.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Mavericks leading by 10. Redick surveying the D. Passes it to Marjanovic. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Collins up top. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Puts it up from 17. McCollum, no good. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Redick with the bucket.
Capable of being creative with his dribbling moves, Redick's confidence in his handles has really grown.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. Now here's Cantor. McCollum outside. Shot clock at 5. Cantor kicks to McCollum. Shoots over Redick. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Finney-Smith. Misses off the left iron. Trailblazers trail by 12.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Shot by Collins, no good. Dallas leading by 10. Powell kicks to Brunson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Brunson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Trailblazers trail by 13. Lillard finds Nurkic. To the middle. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Outside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, guys, 7-footers usually don't dribble and drive that smoothly, but that's why they call Porzingis the unicorn.
Jones kicks to Powell. Jones the pass to Powell. Out to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Jones dishes to Lillard. Shoots over Doncic, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Lillard's got his second bucket.
And he can score from all over the court, but Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area, but sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Here's Nurkic. Lillard outside. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Out to Hardaway. Porzingis against Anthony. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Cauley Stein's got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Nurkic with it. Hardaway picks him up. Nurkic the pass to Jones. Back to Nurkic. Over Hardaway. Sweet move. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves. Solid rebound there, and with a score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
That will count. That one's not going to go. And so it's Dallas.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good. From the get-go, it was Dallas who came out strong, showing tremendous urgency and Thanks for joining.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Anthony out there with Nurkic. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Jones in at the 3, the small forward. Rebound by Anthony.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it. But they don't want to chance that again.
And Lillard throws it down.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets using that astounding speed to blaze past the defender.
Now Doncic, 8 points for him. Hardaway passes to Cauley Stein. Nurkic with the steal. Hardaway against Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Doncic with it. High post shot. And he knocks down the jumper. Doncic has got 10 points in the game. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Doncic dishes to Cauley Stein. Here's Porzingis. And the Dunk by Porzingis.
Once Porzingis gets some momentum, just get out of the way.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 14-point game. Nurkic finds Powell. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Back to Nurkic. Poked away. Doncic with the steal. Richardson right side. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
That time Richardson defaulted to the mid-range shot. We know he can shoot them from deep, but mixing in that mid-range, it'll keep the defense off balance.
Lillard from deep three-point land hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Pass to Porzingis. And here is Cauley Stein. 8 points for him. Pass to Doncic. Clock at 6. He's looking for Hardaway and finds him. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Feeds it to Richardson. Can't cash in from close range.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Dallas leading by 13. 1:24 left to play in the third. Now the pass to Doncic. Off target with his three. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision where he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Jones. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
And Lillard kicks to Powell. Lillard against Doncic. Three-pointer. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Damian Lillard.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Doncic left side. Porzingis on the foul. Porzingis has got 8.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
And so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Right back after this break. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Mavericks leading by 10. They've got Powell. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Marjanovic kicks to Redick. Shot clock at 6. Back to Marjanovic. Brunson with a clean look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Brunson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Mavs. To the inside. And Kanter throws it down.
Wow, the decisiveness is good to see. Kanter sensing when to slash and executing the pick and roll flawlessly.
Brunson scanning the floor. He kicks to Powell. It's Redick on the wing. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got 5 rebounds tonight. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to lose.
It's a solid blueprint. The feed to Cantor. Out left to the wing. Simons. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
McCollum. Count that one.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Passes it to Marjanovic. Collins comes over with the double team. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Clock at 6. Foul trying to free himself up. They get the rebound. Redick with the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Excellent confidence from Redick. Really good. I mean, taking his time, his form, textbook.
The 3 from McCollum. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And, you know, Cantor can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Collins. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simon. A second chance effort. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Outside Hardaway. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Jones. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Luka Doncic. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Hardaway. From deep. They get it again. Out to Doncic. From deep three-point range. And Cantor pulls it down.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And was maybe a step out of his range.
Doncic outside. From deep. He can't get that one to fall.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save him tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Some good competition, but David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge. Allison.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubats in at the center position. And for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic kicks to Richardson. The shot's good. Defenses tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter. Aggressive move inside.
About a minute played so far here in the first. And it's Doncic missing. Jackson has the open look. Good on the triple.
Excellent pass, PG-13. Keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Doncic with it. Cauley Stein passes to Richardson. Kicks it to Doncic. Down low. Here's Cauley Stein. Back to Doncic. Drills it from outside.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Pass to Jackson. He dishes it to Leonard. Fires the 3. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Porzingis can't hit. LA has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Batum kicks to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
That time he kept it himself. Leonard playing a chess game on the pick and roll.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's George. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Leonard dishes to Jackson. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Doncic, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
To the paint. Here's Batum. Back to Jackson. The pass to Leonard. Shoots the 3. Porzingis with the rebound. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Richardson outside. Shoots over Leonard. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14.
And talk about persistence. Porzingis just being a bully on the offensive glass and punishing the opposition.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Leonard. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. The Mavericks leading. Cauley Stein up top. Here's Doncic. The step back jumper is good. Doncic has got 5 now.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Outside, George. Pass to Leonard. Lets it go from deep. George, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
No good from Finney Smith. Clippers trail by 4. And George kicks to Leonard. They need this one. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Richardson. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Goes up. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made it.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Back to the action after this word. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the 2nd quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point.
That's lit right there, courtesy of Kawhi's natural explosiveness.
Here's Brunson. Batum grabs the miss. Clippers trail by 6. From deep, George. Redick with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Redick passes to Hardaway. Marjanovic, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
We're about 1.5 minutes into the 2nd quarter now. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And it's off from 3-point range. Mavericks leading by 8. Here's Redick. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Sometimes there's nothing you can do to stop Redick. He'll nail those even if you're all over him.
Pass to Ibaka. The dish to Cousins. The pass to Kennard. And stolen by Redick. Hardaway finds Redick. There's the 3. Kept alive. Pass to Brunson. Redick surveying the D. 6 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Marjanovic. And the 3 off target. Clippers trail by 10.
It's sort of a hired gun. Redick's been a premier floor spacer in this league for a long time.
Listen to these numbers, GA, for his career. He has shot over 40% from three. One season, he hit 47% from beyond the arc. And I can tell you, that is a tough mark to hit. And over the years, his incredible range has just become more and more valuable.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Passes it to Kennard. They need this. Good on the triple.
A fierce competitor. Kennard fires back with a three of his own.
Brunson against Beverly. Brunson kicks to Reddick. Outside Hardaway. Reddick passes to Hardaway. Good on the shot.
This is just one of many areas where Reddick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good, quality shots.
In the corner, Kennard with it. Morris finds Beverly. Back to Morris. Shoots it up. Here's Ibaka. Pass to Kennard. At the top of the key, Cousins. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Dallas on defense. Here's Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
44 seconds left in the first half. Doncic, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Beverly against Doncic. Here's Porzingis, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Porzingis has got 6 points.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. Ibaka right side. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And he got that one up in time, and so it's Dallas. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They lead by 11. And Shaq.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
We've got Doncic. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And here's Doncic from the arc. That shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Nobody near George. Buries it from three-point range. George has got his first 3 points of the game.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Doncic against George. Cauley Stein hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Leonard on the wing. Back to George. Inside. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Doncic leading the charge. Out to the right wing. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Clippers.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. The pass to Finney-Smith. They get it back.
Ugly start to this half. Hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
Batum finds George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Back to Jackson. He lobs it up.
The playmaking of Reggie. A work in progress, but looking good right there.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Pass to Cauley Stein. Doncic outside. On deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Doncic has got 8.
Seems like everyone's taking long threes these days, but Doncic has natural power in those legs. Generates range with ease.
Richardson against George.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Cauley Stein's shot is good. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8. Pass to Porzingis over Batum, and it's Porzingis had time on the assist by Doncic. He's got 10.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Jackson kicks to George. 6 on the shot clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Porzingis with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Richardson gets a wide open look. The rebound by Paul George. Clippers trail by 12. Here's Jackson. It's deflected. The deep 3 from George. Mavericks with the rebound. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Dallas up by. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Baca is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Kennard in at the 2 spot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Powell, the pass to Brunson. Back to Powell. Here's Brunson. Out to Hardaway. Outside, Redick. No good with the triple. Clippers trail by 12. Kennard for 3. No good there. The Mavericks shooting 43% from the floor. Redick passes to Marjanovic. The pass to Powell. And here's Brunson. Redick finds Brunson. Offline with his three.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. The tray. They get it back.
I mean, there's no question about it. When DeMarcus attacks the offensive boards, he gives the team a different attitude.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Redick's got the lead up to 13 now for the man.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Fires for three. Kennard's shot is off.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. It's Redick on the wing. Beyond the arc. Another three for Dallas.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Kennard from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Hardaway has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Outside, Redick launches it. Redick can't get that one to fall. Clippers trail by 16. Ahead. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And a clever pass fake kept the D from closing in. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Richardson against Jackson. Doncic outside. There's the triple. Dallas again missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
He has really made an impact from beyond today. That's another triple.
Just think where they'd be without all the work he's done from the three-point line today.
Doncic against George. To the paint. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
George looking around. A 3-ball. And it's George again missing. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Near the 3-point line, it's Doncic. Offensive rebound. Stolen by George. And here's Leonard from 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside, Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. And here's Doncic from the arc. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The deep three from George. Misses the shot. And so it's Dallas winning this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining. Dressed in their finest, the Mavs as they came. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Nikola Jokic, Gordon out there with Porter. Then it's Will Barton, and it's Murray in at the 1. And for the Mavericks, they've got Richardson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Luka Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Murray. Here's Gordon. Back to Murray. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis will get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season, was coming off an injury, and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And, you know, I like that Gordon is a versatile guy who can play both forward spots. He's a terrific athlete who continues to improve.
Now, here's Doncic. Richardson for 3. It's hauled in by Jokic. Barton drives in, shoots from 8. He's off on that one. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You don't see many big guys run the floor like this, do you? I mean, Porzingis special.
Here's Murray up on top. Guarded by Doncic. And it's Murray with the jam.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. That one good for 2. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Puts it up over Cauley Stein. And it's Jokic missing.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. Here's Cauley Stein outside. Porzingis over Porter. Here's Cauley Stein. Richardson gets a wide open look. A miss that time would have put him up.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Murray finds Gordon. Barton wide open. He fires. Bangs home the trifecta.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Richardson against Barton. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The three-pointer no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pulls up on the wing. Porter, no luck.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The Nuggets leading by 3. And here is Murray. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
The Nuggets with another miss. Dallas has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Porter kicks to Murray. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Now here's Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got 6.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Now Hardaway. Outside, Redick. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. And that ties it up.
And Redick drains these shots constantly. I mean, senses and feels the separation and then capitalizes on it.
Wide open look here for Murray. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. It's a tie game in Dallas. And the second quarter will get underway. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few...
Selfless. I mean, you need to cure.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Marjanovic is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Redick in at the two-guard spot. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Denver in the lead. Rivers with it. Now guarded by Redick. Hardaway with the steal. One-on-one here. Throws it up high. And the dunk by Powell.
Got to give it up for Powell now. I mean, he excels in rising off the ground to punch home these alley-oops.
Morris outside. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Morris against Brunson. Here's Marjanovic, and that one is good. Marjanovic has got it all tied up now for Dallas.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Millsap inside, guarded by Hardaway, and it's Millsap. That time on the assist by Morris.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Now here is Hardaway. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Powell. Count it, good.
Boy, Powell showing you great aggressiveness that time, fighting hard to come up with that offensive rebound.
Now here's Rivers. And finish off by Rivers.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And the Mavericks with possession here. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Bucket is good.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Outside Millsap. Morris outside. Shot clock at 6. It's Rivers on the wing. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Launches a 3. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Powell down low. Millsap's there. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 2 now for Dallas.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now, here is Morris. The rebound by Marjanovic. Redick surveying the D, and stolen by Bull. For the finish, and it's McGee with the jam.
You know, all McGee needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Brunson against Morris. Brunson, no good. Nuggets have gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. That shot is off. The Mavericks shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And pushing it up, here's Denver. McGee in the high post. And so it's tied as we head. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the open. And that does it for our half.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Boban Marjanovic, he's really playing well.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
So on the floor for Denver, Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Rivers. Then there's Bull. And it's Morris in at the point guard. Now here's Rivers. And finished off by Rivers.
You know, Millsap has no issues giving the ball up to the open man. Excellent awareness there.
Doncic looking it over. And it's blocked. They get it back. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Here's Richardson. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls.
Seems that Richardson just has a knack for always being in the right place.
Out to the wing. Here's Jokic. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Richardson for 3. They grab their own miss.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebounding. Unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Murray outside. Here's Jokic, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
And Jokic drops them both. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all. Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
And he comes up with the deuce.
You know, Barton's an improving ball handler, and because of that, he's got more moves now that he can choose from when he's going off the bounce.
Now, here's Doncic. For Murray. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Floats it up for Jokic. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Doncic with it. Now defended by Jokic. From deep three-point range, Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And no good. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Murray outside. It's good. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now Porzingis, defended by Gordon. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And Murray, here we go. Jokic, no good off the back of the rim.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. 1:12 left in the third. And Redick kicks to Hardaway. Clock at 6. Here's Brunson. And the basket is good. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
They double him with Rivers. From the arc. Kleba, no good. The Nuggets trail. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Nails the baby hook.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Thompson with it. Boom, he jams it straight down. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Morris into the lane. That shot misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Mavericks lead by 1. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Maxi Kleba. Marjanovic is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Brunson in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Denver grabs the miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
And it's McGee with the jam.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Left side, Redick. There's the pass to Powell. Morris against Brunson. The 8-footer. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Porter outside and stolen by Richardson. Martin passes to Jokic. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this.
The Mavericks trailing. Here's Doncic. He kicks to Cauley Stein.
The wheels have completely come off for him here in the second half.
An open look for Burton. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley Stein's got rebound number 8 now on the night. pass to Doncic. Here's the three. And it's Denver with the rebound. No one near him. Misses off the right iron.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Doncic against Murray. He gets that one.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Murray surveying the D. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, I tell you what, Murray is quite skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting himself to the line.
Mavericks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in.
And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Doncic with the bucket.
How impressive is Doncic? This guy is incredible at stepping up in big moments.
Murray against Doncic. Pass to Jokic. Down low. And there's Porter on the assist by Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
And it's clear Porter is a gutsy guy, someone who enjoys taking and making huge shots for his team.
The drive by Doncic goes up and lays it nice and easy. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Pass to Jokic and stolen by Richardson. Cauley-Stein with it, defended by Gordon. The wide open look here for Porzingis, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And now it's a 3-point Dallas lead. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Dallas.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That'll be his second foul of the game. On the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley-Stein. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And here's Doncic from the arc. The long distance three is buried.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Here's Murray. No good, unable to end this run.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Was shot by Redick, no good.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Hey, you can't just have skill and confidence to make big shots. You got to have a big ticker, too.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. From deep. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got the lead up to 7 now for Dallas. For 3, Murray cans the 3.
Murray has that spirit of, you make one on me, I'm coming back at you for mine.
Outside, Redick. So a close game sees Dallas taking this. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it. It's the NBA on payday.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. On the basket by Jones.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Pass to Richardson. Now Kleba, defended by Covington. 6 to shoot. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Big man coming through. Love whenever Porzingis puts his head down and just charges hard towards the basket.
Now here's Lillard. From deep three-point range. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots.
Oh, defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Here's Nurkic. Back to Lillard. It's rebounded by Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Doncic against Lillard. Pass to Nurkic. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, bro. Hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing. It's huge whenever Richardson connects from distance. I mean, it makes this offense so much more dangerous.
Powell finds Jones. Here's Lillard. To end the run. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
Richardson against Powell. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Lillard. Nurkic kicks to Jones. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Mavericks leading by 6. From deep. The offensive rebound, passes it to Doncic. Fires from deep. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
And you look for why they keep giving up buckets here, and their boxing out or lack of boxing out is really hurting them.
Nobody near Lillard. Tips it. Great positioning on the putback. Jones has got his second bucket of the game to go.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Left side, Porzingis. And here is Doncic. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one. But he's got the limp to be the first one, too.
And Jones slams it in.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. 1:03 left in the first quarter. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Zach Collins checked in for Jones. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
.59 seconds left to play here in the first.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
7-foot shot. Collins. Kicks it out to McCollum. There's the dish to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. McCollum no good. Mavericks leading by 4. And the wide open shot from Redick. No good on the 3. Outside Anthony. Hardaway against Cantor. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, plenty of power behind Cantor's inside moves. Helps him overcome whatever D he encounters.
Now here's Brunson. The pass to Redick. 17-foot shot on the way. It's good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 4. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Collins. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. McCollum outside. Collins up top. Shoots over Redick. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings to the table.
Redick, a good look, and the shot is long.
A little surprised he took the jump shot with nobody around him. He could have attacked the basket.
That evens the score.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Brunson with it. Outside, Reddick from outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Here's Powell. That one falls. Powell's got his first points in this one.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
McCollum with the bounce pass. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Pulls up. And that one hits back iron.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Reddick for three. Reddick can't get that one to fall.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Reddick's got the ball, and it's blocked.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end, but he's been making a better effort.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 4-point game. Knocked loose and stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Powell and the dunk by Powell.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stop.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Collins passes to Simons. Knocked away. Reddick with it. Now defended by McCollum. Here's Cauley Stein. Powell kicks to Reddick. Latre. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Reddick for three. Cauley Stein passes to Reddick. Cauley Stein in the post. He's covered by Cantor. Reddick for three. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come to him naturally.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now Brunson. 46 seconds left now here in the second. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Rebounded by Hardaway. Dallas has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Powell and the dunk by Powell.
Oh, man, you better appreciate the unselfishness. When Reddick sees an open teammate, as great of a shooter as he is, he's fast at getting him the ball.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by Covington. Here's Nurkic. The inside shot. Covington kicks to Nurkic. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And some good. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We've seen Dwight Powell really having a great game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
On the court for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Richardson against Powell. Doncic outside. Three-pointer. Hits it from three-point range. Doncic has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Lillard dishes to Powell. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Such a smart play. Lillard willing to take the jumper from the mid-range.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. That shot missing, and the Trailblazers going the other way. Jumps up, and the dunk by Covington.
Oh, the quick feet of Covington. He excels at getting out there on the break and finding ways to capitalize.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable.
Free throw drops for Covington. Mavericks leading by 5. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Kleber finds Doncic. Releases from 15, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Lillard from outside traps in the tray. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Lillard is as tough as there is to contain in the pick and roll. He does a nice job of using the screen to get a little bit of separation.
Richardson outside. Pass to Kleber. Plenty of space. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Oh, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Lillard dishes to Jones. Back to Lillard. Pass to Jones. Powell for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. They've led by as much as 10. Richardson kicks to Finney Smith. Count it.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 11 points. Doncic passes to Richardson. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Doncic, and another basket for Dallas.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Here is Lillard. 11 points in the game. That one goes in.
Look at the energy Lillard plays with. He doesn't give in to the defense. He's superb at scoring despite getting hit.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The Trailblazers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Now here's Brunson. Shoots over Lillard. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Lillard against Brunson. Stolen by Brunson. Fast break Dallas. Kicks to Redick. Back to Brunson. 35 seconds left to play in the third. Clock at 6. Redick for 3. Portland grabs the miss.
Can't do anything to fall, but it hasn't gotten him down. I mean, he's still gunning. I guess he's still trying to contribute.
Three-pointer, Lillard gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 14 points here in the second half.
And all of a sudden, that three puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
That's the big reason this game is still so close. I mean, he's been lights out from long range.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mavericks lead by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball. And how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, you see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Collins, Anthony out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Simons, the pass to McCollum. And the layup is good.
Ooh, what body control from McCollum. This guy's just a scorer. He takes on all comers.
Brunson with it. Right side, Redick. Dallas moving the ball around. Powell tips it back in. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
McCollum fires from way outside. He can't get it to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
And they continue to control the glass. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Launches a 3. And J.J. Redick good for 3. Redick's got the lead up to 13 now for Dallas.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
McCollum, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Doncic passes to Porzingis. From deep. And that's good. Luka Doncic for 3.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Lillard from deep three-point land, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Lillard's got 17 points here in the second half. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Shoots the 3. Offensive rebound. The 3 for Doncic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
So crafty to drive it to the rim. Whether it's scoring or getting to the line, Lillard simply makes the play.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Here's Doncic. From deep three-point range. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. McCollum, shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Now, Doncic. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Doncic passes to Richardson. From deep. Collins grabs the miss. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And that one drops for him.
McCollum, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
Lillard against Doncic. From past the arc, cranes the three-pointer.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Well, for the Mavericks, they can just run out the clock and out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kanter.
An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
And here is Doncic. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Los Angeles. Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon. Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. And there's Jackson. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Leonard. Porzingis with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Shot from the wing. Count that one.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
And here's Leonard. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference. Well, the evolution of Josh Richardson is going to be very exciting for this organization. When he's sinking the catch-and-shoot jump shots, look out.
Now here's Jackson. Now here is George. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
Jackson against Richardson. No good that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Nobody near George. Those three-pointers off the mark.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Kleba, no good.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Now, here's Doncic. Passes it to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Doncic. A three ball. They get the rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Porzingis showing a little strength down low that time. You can't get upset at the D for being physical with him on that play.
Both shots good from the stripe.
It's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Jackson. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. Porzingis with the steal. Doncic dishes to Richardson. Dallas again missing. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. And that one's good. Leonard.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Here's Doncic. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. There's the 3. And it's Luka Doncic with the 3. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
Seems like everyone's taking long threes these days, but Doncic has natural power in those legs, generates range with ease.
Now here is George. Lets it go from deep. Porzingis with the rebound.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Richardson, no luck.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Porzingis on the follow.
Tough to match up with the length of Porzingis, and when he's floating around there, sometimes those rebounds are going to come up, and he's just too big to not get some.
Now here is George. Leonard with no one around. From outside, off the mark. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. From deep three-point range. A new 14 for the Mavericks. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. From downtown. The Mavericks rebound. Porzingis kicks to Kleba. Nailed from three-point land.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
The 3 from George. Knocks down the 3 ball. George has got his second basket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are...
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's Dallas up 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Pocket is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Now Brunson. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Brunson. 5 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. They grab their own miss. Second shot opportunity. Ibaka with some nice D. The Clippers trail. George looking around. It's up a 3. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Outside for Redick. Or the 3. Dallas again missing. And for the Clippers, they're shooting 43% for the game. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Kennard for 3. No good on the shot. Dallas has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Cauley Stein. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Brunson finds Cauley Stein. Tries again. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Ibaka. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through.
Up top, Powell. Pass to Reddick. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Reddick's got his first basket.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Reddick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Kennard against Reddick. Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Over to the wing. Zubac kicks to Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Brunson with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's the triple. Kept alive.
Yeah, the reach a factor there for Cauley Stein. I'd love to see him hit the boards a little bit more often.
Here's Kennard. That one wide left.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Reddick can't get that one to fall.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. And here's Kennard. Lets it go. They get it back. Feeds it to Ibaka. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Zubac kicks to Kennard. The three-pointer off the mark.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Launches it. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Porzingis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You can hear the coaches from the sideline saying, stay down. You can't fall for the pump fake, but Porzingis adept at it there.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. They didn't stop fighting. And that's a wrap.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he wanted to do out there. Everyone he guarded looked uncomfortable.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Richardson against Kennard. Cousins, the pass to Kennard. And it's off from 3-point range.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
for the tie. That shot off. Good work defensively by Richardson.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And the pass to Kennard. Three-pointer. Los Angeles with another miss.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And the official signaled a backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
He was very reliable, keeping the ball in his hands during the first half. He's had a bad case of the butterfingers here in the second.
How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Another shot. Kicks it out to Richardson. The shot by Kleba. Wide open. No good on the triple.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Jackson from long range.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Here's Finney-Smith, guarded by Jackson. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Over George. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, after the boos on draft night when he got to the league, you could immediately recognize the unique talents of Kristaps Porzingis, and he keeps trying to raise the bar for himself. An exciting young player for the league.
Outside Jackson. Morris kicks to Jackson. George against Richardson. Here's Cousins. Outside for Jackson. Pass to George. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Dallas leading by 4. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Powell, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Now Brunson over Jackson. Dallas no good that time either. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Off target from three-point range. Dallas has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Hardaway no good. Jackson finds George. Back to Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Passes it to Kennard. Fires the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got 5 now.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Clippers have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Man can't hit. Dallas has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Well, JJ's release is just so quick, even from 3.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Stolen. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 5. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Mann in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Pass to Redick. Jacks up a 3. It's stolen by Ibaka. Brunson against Beverly. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Right side Hardaway. Here's Cauley Stein. And the rejection by Ibaka. Now here's Beverly. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Redick for 3. That shot no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. It's good. This game is all even.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second 3 of the half.
Outside, Redick. And there's the pass to Hardaway. They get it back.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now Beverly, pass to Mann. From the line. And it's off the back rim. No good for Dallas. They've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And the wide open shot from Redick. Cans it from downtown. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
J.J. Redick, a professional shooter. He's got shooting down to a science.
Passes to Kennard. Takes the 3. Connects from three-point range. Kennard's got 6 in the quarter.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Leonard with the steal. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Back to Morris. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. The 3 from George. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Doncic passes to Richardson. And now the fast break. George with the ball. The 3 from Leonard. Kleber with the rebound. The Mavericks leading. Richardson dishes to Doncic. Good on the three-point shot.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
George way outside. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Doncic against George. And they pick up 2.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Pass to Leonard. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Shot clock at 5. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's George. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Dallas leading by 4. Now the pass to Kleba. To the wing on the left. Finney Smith kicks to Richardson. Doncic feeling it out. Over Jackson. Doncic, no good. A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused.
George finds Leonard. Outside for George. Back to Leonard. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Doncic against George. And it's Paul George with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
Out to Doncic. Here's Finney Smith. And that's an intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the... David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small 4. And for the Nuggets, Bill Barton is out there with Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Porter in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Murray. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
On the wing, Doncic. From deep. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Murray. Jokic tried to free himself up. Murray, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Doncic finds Porzingis. Fires for 3. It's good from long range.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
And Murray, here we go.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Jokic. Connects on the 17-footer.
Jokic is such a developed offensive player. He's really good at taking advantage of these mid-range spots.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Barton tipped back in for 2.
Yeah, you know what? I think Barton does a nice job hitting the boards. Would love more of that kind of intensity from it.
Doncic passes to Kleba. Porzingis against Jokic. Out to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Kleba. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Gordon kicks to Barton. Kicks it out to Gordon. Murray outside. Back to Gordon. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Hardaway. Finished off the break.
Boy, excellent situational awareness from Hardaway Jr. that time. I mean, he seems to know exactly where to get when the break is on.
Now here's Barton. Jokic draws the double. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. So it's Denver now. Gordon dishes to Porter. 5 on the clock. And finished off by Porter.
Well, when you got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
Doncic looking it over. Rebound by the Nuggets.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range. And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Denver leading by 3. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And, guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got 6.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
The 3 for Doncic. Porter pulls it in.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. It'll count. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 7. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Richardson. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Redick in at the 2. And finished off by Porter.
Jokic doing a nice job consistently finding the open man.
Mavericks trail by 9.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Here's Murray following the score by Dallas. The 3, that's good from Porter on the assist by Murray. Porter's got the lead up to 10 now for Denver. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Brunson the pass to Redick. For 3. They get it again.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open for...
Oh, what a finish!
An outstanding dunker. Give Barton chances to show off a little bit, and he takes full advantage.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Pass to Rivers. He kicks it to Millsap. Pass to Morris. McGee with it. Guarded by Powell. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Morris. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple. Morris has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
It's Redick on the wing. Misses the 3. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
It's good on the putback.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
1:52 left to play here in the half. It's Rivers on the wing. Over Cauley Stein. And it's Denver scoring again.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
There's the pass to Redick. This one for 3. Stolen by McGee. Brunson against Rivers. He feeds it to Millsap. And they call the foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so here is Dallas. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Here's Doncic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, I tell you what, Doncic plays with really good energy and awareness. But also, he's got a quiet physicality to him, and he doesn't mind being bumped around when he's trying to score.
The Nuggets leading by 13. Now Murray. He's got 7. To the inside. And Barton throws it down.
Yeah, you can't forget about the jumping ability of Barton now. I mean, this guy is phenomenal at finishing off these alley-oops.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 6.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Here's Murray. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Porzingis.
Yeah, Murray is clearly a shoot-first guy who can really fill it up. This is a big-time bucket getter.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
The drive by Doncic. Off with the layup. And the first half is now in the books. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and one of the strengths of this Denver team is their depth. Shaq has been that way for... And that's...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often. But in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Jokic is out there with Gordon. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Barton in at the two-guard spot. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
And, you know, Richardson, simply by being aggressive, puts a lot of pressure on the defense and is able to force the foul.
Denver leading by 13. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. Murray against Doncic. Murray, good. 11 points in the game.
Murray locked in on the task at hand, not allowing the defense to bother his shot at all.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
And stolen by Barton. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And finished off by Porter.
So good to see Murray, not just as a scorer, but thriving as a passer, too.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations. Logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
Doncic in the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
Murray with it. 11 points in the game. The dish to Gordon. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Jokic, no good. Mavericks trailed by 15. Here's Richardson outside. Porzingis. Doncic outside. And the three ball is good. Doncic has got 11.
You know, he's a capable shooter from outside, guys. And for Doncic, I think it's a matter of just shooting with confidence all the time.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Richardson gets a wide open look. And another basket for Dallas.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Nicolo Melli. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Richardson. Now, here's Marjanovic. Pass to Brunson. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Denver leading by 12. Wide open look here for Murray. Off the inbound, no good.
wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Outside, Reddick. 2 minutes. Back to Brunson. Outside for Reddick. 5 to shoot. Knocks it loose. Porter with the steal. And here they come. The finish. And Barton throws it down.
Well, sprinting up the court aggressively, Barton seizing any opportunity to get scores in these situations.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. 1:44 left in the third. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. To the middle, here's Marjanovic. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Marjanovic has got his first 2 points.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Brunson. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Now, here is Morris. He has 5, and Morris throws it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The free throw drops from Marjanovic. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Morris against Brunson. Morris into the lane. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. The Nuggets shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 13. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside, Reddick, the 3. Rebounded by McGee.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Morris into the lane. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And so it's Denver up by a dozen here at the end of. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. They've got Cauley-Stein, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. Now here's Brunson. Good work there as it goes. So it's Denver now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Morris outside. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Millsap kicks to Rivers. Back to Millsap. Denver passing it around. Here's Dozier. Here's McGee. Powell pulls it in.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Cauley-Stein. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for J.J. Redick. Now Murray. After Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. Doncic against Murray. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The three-pointer is right on target.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now here's Murray. Passes it to Jokic. Back to Murray. Shot clock at 5. Porzingis comes with the double team. And it's Jokic missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Dallas making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. Doncic against Murray. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Murray outside. Up and in on the layup. Murray's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
And here's Doncic from the arc, from beyond the arc, and then some. Doncic has got 13 points in the second half. Murray surveying the D. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Banked in off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
Yeah, that's just playing smart basketball that time. Murray doing a really good job to set himself up to get free for his shot.
Now, here's Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
And here is Murray after Luka Doncic hitting the 3.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Doncic, no good. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 17 points was their biggest margin. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. On the wing, Gordon. Right wing. Lets the 3 fly. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Gordon.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.